at the Hard Rock and some of the WEC events and some of the other events, you're talking about a couple thousand people.
Yeah.
This is not only UFC, but you're also talking about, out here, this arena they can hold anywhere from 15 to 19,000. So I would assume the environment. I don't know. Do you ever wrestle in front of something that big in college?
Yes. Yeah. When you wrestle at at the high levels, Division One, I mean, dual meets are huge. Anytime we went to Iowa, we wrestled in front of 15,000 people. We went to all the big schools, Iowa State, OU. We wrestled in front of 15,000 people, and even like all of our home duels, just the fan support in Oklahoma State was just awesome. So I'm used to performing in front of a lot of people. At the national tournament, there's 20,000 people. So it's just. For me, I think I've been groomed for this moment, in my life, and it's a great opportunity. I'm really excited, and I'm ready to go out there and show the world what Mark Munoz is all about.
If I'm correct, though, they don't have the big montage coming in and the music, right? Yeah. That's a little different. So the roar might be a little bit different.
They don't have the steam and the music coming out when you walk out and stuff. They don't have entourages, but it's all good, man. It's the same pressure.
They don't do the pre-fight shoot with the spray, which is, I think, one of the funniest things if anyone ever sees how it's actually done. Yeah. It's a little weird.
Yeah, we don't do the fake sweat. Everything's real in amateur wrestling. So.
So you mentioned the trainers.
Yeah.
I want you to talk about your trainers a little bit, because did you actually wind up going to Wildcard or not? Because you had talked about going to train with Freddie Roach a little bit and working that as part of different trainers.
Yeah, I just wanted all the best trainers in all disciplines, just be able to learn that discipline and be able to weave it into my style. And when I moved to Southern California, I was like, what a good opportunity would it be for me to go see Freddie Roach. And so one of my friends actually trained at Wildcard and actually introduced me to Freddie and a guy named Panda, and those two trained me at Wildcard Gym. And Juan Carlos Martinez, also known as Panda. So I've been going there, and then the last I guess couple weeks ago, Michael Moore, who was a world champion at heavyweight, is helping me out too, while Freddie, is training me too. So I mean, it was a great opportunity for me to go there and learn, strictly boxing from those guys, and be able to learn the angles and just learn the footwork and all that stuff. So it's it's a wonderful opportunity for me to learn from the best, and that's what I want. I just want all the best trainers.
So what's it like in there? Because, I've talked to Freddie before. He doesn't literally and figuratively pull any punches, and no one else does there. So if you're green and you need progress, they will tell you, and you might get your ass kicked in there.
Oh, yeah. And, that's, I was prepared for that. And, I'm ready. It's just I was ready for any criticism that they had. I was ready for, just anything, and, I think they're treating me pretty well. I go in there and everyone's, real respectful towards me, and I just love the environment, man. It's a great environment. Everybody's working hard from beginners to pro boxers. It's a great environment to train in, because you see everybody training hard and trying to learn.
You mentioned Michael Moore coming in there, and he's a former boxer, former world champ. Anyone else who's currently training now in terms of decent name boxers in there?
Yeah, James Toney. Oh, actually, Manny Pacquiao.
Was Pacquiao in there?
Actually, I went to a couple of his workouts. Yeah, he was in there. So
what's that like, especially as a Filipino?
Yeah, dude, it was amazing. Yeah. It was amazing just to see Manny. Because I put him on he's a great role model for me. He. Just with his demeanor, how he treats people, he's generous, he's kind, he works hard.
Explain the treat people too, because when you meet Manny, you don't get this air that he's some superstar.
Yeah, you don't. He's he loves to joke around. He basically treats you like family. So it's great to just be able to see that in person. You hear a lot of stories, but a lot of them don't. You don't really know unless you actually experience it.
Right.
And so I seen it for myself that he is a good guy. He treats people as if how he wants to be treated.
Right.
So it was great. And then I watched him work out. It was just like, wow.
Why is it wow?
Because he works hard, man, and he deserves everything that he's gotten, because of his hard work and his tenacity, his relentlessness, man. He's a great role model.
So they don't let you get in there with a Pacquiao or a Toney, do they?
No, not yet. and
Toney be interesting. I mean, he's shorter, but he's a lot bigger.
Oh man, yeah, but it's different,
Yeah.
Like he's got years and years of boxing experience,
And you talk about savvy too. I mean, he doesn't box straight. I mean, he's got the shoulder rolls. And
and so I'm just learning how to pick it up right now, and weave it into my my style in mixed martial arts, So, and he's strictly boxing, and if we just strictly did boxing sparring, oh dude, it's a wrap. Yeah. I'm done, So, but yeah, it's good though, just to see all those guys move and roll their shoulders, and just to see the mechanics of like how you should punch. It's amazing.
All right, so this fight to me is intriguing because you're a Division I champ. He's a high-level wrestler. He's thrown around almost every guy, including wrestlers, kind of at will. And yet, I don't know that that's going to happen this time around. He may have a little more experience throwing hands, but I think Matt might have some flaws too. So is this the kind of fight where you have two wrestlers, you guys lock horns, and maybe it doesn't go to the ground?
Yeah. I think so. I prepared for every situation for this fight. If it ends up on the feet, it ends up on the feet. It ends up on the ground, it ends up on the ground. I trained all aspects of where I think the fight's going to be, and then some. So I'm prepared. I'm mentally prepared for wherever this fight goes. But at the same time, I know where I'm confident in my positions. I know where I'm good, and I know where I can finish. And I know where I'm, good on my feet, and that's where I'm going to force a fight. I don't ever want him to feel comfortable. Right. I want him to feel the heat. So that's I'm just going to enforce my style on him.
Yeah. It's interesting with him too, because it seems to me like most of the fights, if he didn't take a guy down, it was almost a test of strength on the feet, and I think people kind of got intimidated a little bit. So yeah. I don't know how that's going to be for you. Yeah. I don't know. Is he a little bigger than you naturally or not? What do you think?
I think he's a little bit bigger than me.
Yeah. Have you ever had a case? I mean, how many times, even wrestling, did you have cases? You fought at 197 at Oklahoma State where you meet a guy and you're like, whoa.
Oh, plenty of times.
Yeah.
And the thing about mixed martial arts is it's not about who's bigger. It's not about who is stronger, but it's one that is more savvy, and knows technique along with the strength. So, I'm strong enough for 205. I've wrestled big guys, and I'm confident in a lot of positions. So, I don't think he's going to be able to hold my head down and punch me, and get me in a front headlock and punch me. But then again, I don't want to discredit that either. I drilled that, and, I know how to get out of it. So it's, for me, you just got to be prepared, for everything. You watch film on the guy, and you prepare for those situations. At the same time, you incorporate what you're best at, and then you just concentrate on that. Don't worry about what he does, and just concentrate what you do. Have in the back of mind what he does, but just enforce your style on him.
There you go. Mark Munoz.
Thank you.